ACRs as a repository for all information pertaining to those crews who failed to return from missions. This information served to account for, find, and aid missing airmen. Air-Ground Aid Service representatives, or squadron intelligence officers, debriefed airmen who returned and compiled their experiences into evasion reports. These reports, meant to help subsequent evaders and kept secret for decades after the war, remained free of self-glorification and Cold War politics. They are a rare, honest, and unfiltered witness to China at war. They are also more typical of the American experience than existing popular literature. Memoirs of fighter aces, even when historically accurate, are hardly representative. Only 76 American pilots received credit for shooting down 5 or more enemy airplanes in the CBI theater. By contrast, in May 1944 alone, the Army Air Forces counted 1,643 aircrews on hand in CBI, including fighter pilots, reconnaissance pilots, and bomber and transport crews of anywhere from 2 to 15 men each. Most of these men, officers and enlisted, including pilots, navigators, bombardiers, gunners, crew chiefs, and radio operators, did not routinely tangle with Japanese fighters in swirling dogfights. In fact, one of the interesting statistics that emerged from aggregating these reports is that Japan's ground forces, rather than its air force, presented the greatest threat to American aircraft in the theater. A further utility of these reports is the ability to map political influence throughout wartime China. The experiences of fallen airmen scattered across the entire country provide a sampling of the influence, predominance, and effectiveness of the Imperial Japanese Army and various nationalist, communist, warlord, and collaborationist groups. Among American and Chinese leaders, General Joseph W. Stilwell, the American theater commander, claimed the Nationalists did not or would not fight. General Chennault claimed they did and would effectively with the support of his planes. Mao Zedong claimed the Communists fought ferociously against the Japanese, while the Nationalists focused on wiping out the Communists. And Generalissimo Chiang Kai-shek claimed his nationalist troops held the Japanese at bay even as the Communists resisted him and undermined his leadership. These competing and contradictory claims make for choppy historical waters to navigate. The reports filed by airmen and intelligence officers provide a ground truth perspective divorced from these partisan narratives. Ultimately, the story that emerges is one of cooperation and fraternity between ordinary Americans and Chinese. In the modern era of escalating rivalry and confrontation between the United States and the People's Republic of China, this story of wartime friendship can serve as a touchstone for cooperation instead of conflict in the 21st century. Furthermore, America's efforts in China depended on local forces enabled by American advisors, equipment, and air support. This dynamic, much different from the United States' efforts in other theaters of the war, more closely mirrors its present military conflicts. Understanding the successes and failures of U.S. policy in China during World War II can inform efforts today. Most importantly, the brave Chinese and Americans who joined together to fight a common enemy deserve to be remembered, especially the more than 400 airmen still listed as missing in action. Most American sources on this topic use the Wade-Giles romanization of people and place names. I used a large number of Chinese sources, however, and in an effort to continue fusing Chinese and American research, I decided to use the modern Pinyin romanization.